If you're over 60 and eating seafood, this video might change everything. You've been told seafood is heart-healthy, brain food, the smart choice. But what if I told you, not all seafood is created equal? In fact, some of the most popular options sitting in your freezer or showing up in healthy menus may quietly be hurting your kidneys, spiking your blood sugar, and fueling inflammation without you even knowing it. Why haven't your doctors mentioned it? Because these foods don't cause instant damage. They build up harm slowly, silently, until the day you can't ignore the fatigue, the swelling, the stiffness. But today, you'll get the truth, backed by science. In this countdown, we'll reveal the 4 worst seafoods seniors should stop eating, starting now, and the 4 best ocean superfoods to support joint health, brain clarity, and energy after 60. Let's dive in. 4 worst seafoods for seniors. 4. Imitation crab. Seafood's sweet-talking imposter. Imitation crab looks like a good deal. It's affordable, easy to find, and feels like a smarter option than red meat. But for seniors, it's more of a nutritional illusion than a true health food. Behind the red and white shell lies a processed blend of starches, salt, and flavoring agents, not real crab. Imitation crab is made from surimi, a paste of pulverized white fish, often pollock, combined with refined starches like wheat or tapioca, sugar, salt, and additives. A 2020 study in clinical nutrition found that surimi causes blood sugar spikes, similar to white bread. That's a problem if you're managing prediabetes or insulin resistance. And the salt? 1 small serving can carry 700 milligrams of sodium, nearly 1/3 of a senior's daily limit. Combined with MSG and other flavor enhancers, it turns into a recipe for inflammation, headaches, and fluid retention. Here's how it plays out inside your body. The refined starches break down quickly into glucose, causing rapid blood sugar spikes. For seniors, whose insulin response may be slower, this leads to energy crashes and cravings. Meanwhile, excess sodium accumulates, especially with age-related kidney decline, leading to higher blood pressure and bloating. Additives like sorbitol, phosphates, and MSG don't help either. They can disrupt digestion and make older adults feel foggy, swollen, or just off. If imitation crab is a staple in your fridge, you may notice afternoon fatigue or mood dips, swollen hands, ankles, or belly, headaches or lightheadedness, gas, bloating, or irregular digestion, hidden hunger shortly after eating. Sound familiar? It may not be aging. It might be what's hiding in your seafood salad. Don't panic, and don't toss out all your seafood. Just choose real over fake. Swap imitation crab for real lump crab meat, wild-caught salmon or sardines. Or, better yet, try the superfoods in our best seafood list coming up. You don't have to give up convenience, but your body deserves the real thing, not fish-flavored filler. Here's a good meal after 60. If it's shaped like crab, colored like crab, but has 0 crab inside, maybe don't eat it like it is. Your body will thank you for choosing better, 1 bite at a time. Up next, we'll talk about a seafood that looks angelic, but may be quietly loading your kidneys with toxic metals. You won't want to miss number 3 on this list. Number 3, scallops, the polite little shellfish that might be overworking your kidneys. Scallops often seem like the perfect choice. They're soft, mild, and show up on light and healthy menus everywhere. But here's the surprise. Behind their clean, elegant image, scallops can be quietly putting stress on your kidneys and offering very little nutritional benefit in return. For people over 60, that's not just disappointing. It's potentially dangerous. Scallops are what scientists call filter feeders. That means they absorb whatever's in their surrounding water, including cadmium, a toxic heavy metal that accumulates in the kidneys. A 2022 study in Toxicology Reports found that a single serving of scallops from certain regions could contain up to 1.8 micrograms of cadmium per gram. For a 70-kilogram senior, the World Health Organization's safe weekly limit is just 7 micrograms per kilogram of body weight. That means you could hit the danger zone with just a few servings a week. Worse, cadmium doesn't leave your body easily. It builds up over time, quietly reducing kidney efficiency. Here's how it works. As we age, our kidneys naturally become less efficient at filtering toxins. When cadmium enters the bloodstream via seafood like scallops, the kidneys absorb it, but can't eliminate it effectively. Over time, this can lead to protein loss through urine, high blood pressure, and chronic fatigue. Now add this: scallops are surprisingly low in omega-3 fatty acids. You'd expect seafood to help your brain and joints, right? But scallops contain less than 30 milligrams of EPA-DHA per 100 grams. For comparison, oysters have over 500 milligrams in the same serving. That means you may be eating seafood, but not getting the protective benefits you think you are. The signs of scallop-related strain aren't obvious and often dismissed as just getting older. But if any of these sound familiar, it may be time to take a second look. Persistent fatigue or slow recovery after activity, swelling in the legs or ankles, brain fog or unexplained mood shifts, fluctuating blood pressure, trouble bouncing back from minor illnesses. If you eat scallops regularly and are noticing these symptoms, cadmium buildup could be playing a role. You don't need to fear all seafood. But scallops should not be a go-to protein for seniors. They look clean on the outside, but come with hidden baggage your aging kidneys might not handle well. Here's what to do instead. Swap scallops for omega-3 rich seafood like oysters, mussels, or wild salmon. Avoid scallops from unknown sources or bulk frozen packs. If you love shellfish, limit servings and rotate with safer choices. Support your kidneys by drinking more water, reducing sodium, and increasing leafy greens. Let's be honest, scallops feel fancy, but after 60, nutrition isn't about fancy, it's about function. So the next time you see scallops seared in butter on the menu, ask yourself, is this going to nourish me or just taste good for 5 minutes? Your kidneys are working hard enough. Give them something that helps. 2. Squid, the lean protein that could be fueling your gout and raising your cholesterol. Squid is one of those seafoods that gets labeled as healthy simply because it's low in fat and high in protein. Sounds great, right? Especially if you're trying to cut red meat and keep your meals light after 60. But under that tender texture is a cocktail of problems for the aging body, from sky-high cholesterol to purines that can quietly inflame your joints. If you've ever felt stiffer, puffier, or slower after a seafood dinner and squid was on the plate, you might want to take a closer look. A small 3-ounce serving of cooked squid contains about 198 milligrams of cholesterol. That's over 65% of your recommended daily intake in just a few bites. And for seniors, that's a much bigger deal than most realize. A 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients found that older adults with high dietary cholesterol had a 43% greater likelihood of developing arterial stiffness and a 31% higher risk of heart events. Squid is also rich in purines, compounds that break down into uric acid in the body. In moderation, no big deal. But in aging adults, especially those with slower kidney function, uric acid can build up, crystallize in the joints, and trigger painful flare-ups of gout. Here's what's happening under the surface. After 60, your liver and kidneys are not quite the metabolic machines they used to be. When you eat high cholesterol foods like squid, your body struggles to keep up. That excess cholesterol starts accumulating in artery walls, increasing stiffness and reducing blood flow. A recipe for fatigue, pressure spikes, or worse. Meanwhile, purines from squid convert into uric acid. Normally, your kidneys flush it out. But if they're underperforming, which is common with age, the uric acid sticks around. Eventually, it can form sharp crystals in your joints, especially in the toes, knees, or fingers, and spark gout. one of the most painful inflammatory conditions in older adults. You might not connect the dots right away. After all, squid feels light, and many seniors eat it thinking it's a better option than steak. But here are some symptoms that may point to a squid-related issue. Sudden stiffness in the morning or after sitting too long. Swollen joints, especially around the big toe or knee. Unexpected spikes in blood pressure after meals. Digestive upset or fatigue after seafood-heavy dinners. A lingering sense of heaviness or puffiness in the hands or feet. These may seem mild or occasional until they're not. Gout flare-ups can become debilitating. Arterial stiffness is silent until it leads to something more serious. The bottom line, squid isn't evil, but it's not senior-friendly. If you're already managing high blood pressure, borderline cholesterol, or mild arthritis, this might be one to skip. Here's what you can do. Swap squid for low-purine seafood like salmon or sardines. Cut back on other high-purine foods, organ meats, anchovies, beer. Drink more water to help flush uric acid from your system. And if you love the texture of squid, try sea cucumber instead. It's in our best list, and it comes with anti-inflammatory collagen compounds instead of purine overload. You deserve meals that don't betray you hours later. Your heart, your joints, and your kidneys will thank you for choosing wisely. 1. Shrimp. The tiny seafood with a big health price tag after 60. Shrimp is one of America's favorite seafoods, and it's easy to see why. It's versatile, affordable, and low in fat. For many seniors, it's a go-to protein that feels light and easy to digest. But there's more beneath the shell than meets the eye. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to hidden food risks. And shrimp? It checks multiple red flag boxes: high cholesterol, poor digestibility, allergy risk, and chemical exposure, all wrapped up in a cute pink curl. Let's start with cholesterol. A standard 3-ounce serving of shrimp contains about 180 milligrams of cholesterol. That's more than half of the daily recommended limit, and nearly as much as you'd get from eating an egg and a sausage combined. A 2021 study published in Circulation followed over 8,700 adults over 60 and found that consuming more than 300 milligrams of dietary cholesterol daily was associated with a 35% higher risk of stroke and a 24% increased risk of heart disease. Shrimp also contains tropomyosin, a muscle protein that can trigger allergic reactions, even in people with no prior shellfish allergies. In fact, research in the Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology shows that nearly 14% of new shellfish allergies in seniors developed after age 65. Here's why shrimp becomes a bigger problem as you age. First, cholesterol. Your liver, which helps regulate cholesterol, becomes less efficient over time. That means dietary cholesterol from foods like shrimp has a greater impact on your blood levels, contributing to artery hardening and reduced blood flow. Second, digestion. Shrimp is tough on older guts. Tropomyosin is difficult to break down, and the chitin, shrimp's shell fiber, can remain in the meat even when peeled. For seniors with sensitive digestion or slow motility, that can mean gas, bloating, or even inflammation. And finally, antibiotic exposure. Most shrimp sold today is farm-raised, especially frozen or imported varieties. Many come from farms that use antibiotics like oxytetracycline or enrofloxacin, some of which are banned in the US but still show up in imported shrimp. A 2022 study in food control found antibiotic residues in over 42% of frozen shrimp samples from Southeast Asia. These residues have been linked to gut microbiome disruption, antibiotic resistance, and long-term immune dysfunction. Shrimp won't knock you out the day you eat it, but if you've been including it in your diet regularly and notice unexplained spikes in blood pressure or cholesterol, gas, bloating, or constipation after meals, mild skin rashes or sudden food sensitivities, feeling heavy or sluggish after seafood dinners, occasional dizziness, nausea, or brain fog, it's worth looking at shrimp as a potential trigger, especially if you're eating it more than once a week. Shrimp isn't the worst food on earth, but for older adults, it's a high-risk, low-reward choice. The cholesterol load, allergy risk, and hidden chemicals add up fast in a body that's less forgiving than it used to be. Here's what to do instead. Choose low-cholesterol seafood like salmon, trout, or sardines. If you want shellfish, go for oysters, high in zinc, low in cholesterol. Buy wild-caught when possible, and always check the source label. And if you're eating shrimp, make it occasional, not weekly. After 60, the foods that used to work for you might be working against you now. Shrimp is small, but its impact on your health could be huge. Choose seafood that nourishes you, not just fills the plate. Now that we've uncovered 4 of the most deceptively dangerous seafoods, the ones that sneak onto your plate and quietly wear down your joints, heart, and energy, it's time for some good news. Let's count down the top 4 seafoods every senior should be eating, starting with one that might look strange, but could change the way your joints feel in just weeks. 4. Sea cucumber, the slimy superfood your joints have been waiting for. Let's address the elephant, or in this case, the sea slug, in the room. Sea cucumber is not pretty, it's not flashy, and it's definitely not on your average restaurant menu. But what it lacks in looks, it makes up for in joint-soothing, skin-supporting, inflammation-fighting power, all packed into one strange little creature that's been used in traditional medicine for centuries. Sea cucumber is rich in collagen-like peptides and a natural compound called chondroitin sulfate, a substance often sold as a supplement to relieve joint pain. But when you get it directly from a food source, your body may absorb and utilize it more effectively. In a study published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences, seniors who took sea cucumber extract daily for 12 weeks reported 35% reduction in joint pain, improved flexibility and range of motion, less morning stiffness. It also contains rare triterpene glycosides, which have anti-inflammatory effects similar to low-dose NSAIDs, but without the stomach-irritating side effects. For older adults with arthritis or general wear and tear in the joints, this can be a game changer. After 60, your body produces less collagen, and the cartilage that cushions your joints begins to thin. That's why movements that used to feel easy, like standing from a chair or bending to tie your shoes, now come with stiffness or cracking. Sea cucumber's bioactive peptides help support collagen formation, improve cartilage hydration, and fight low-grade chronic inflammation, the kind that creeps in slowly and makes you feel older than you are. It's also packed with minerals like magnesium, calcium, and zinc, which support tissue repair and bone strength. 2 key concerns for seniors looking to stay independent and mobile. If any of this sounds familiar, sea cucumber might be worth a try. Achy knees when you wake up, joint stiffness after long car rides or naps, creaking hips or shoulders that limit daily movement, taking over-the-counter pain meds more than you'd like, feeling like your spryness is slipping away. Sound like you? You're not alone. But you're also not stuck. With the right foods, your joints can feel better. Even after 60, sea cucumber can be found in Asian grocery stores, dried or frozen, or purchased online. Preparation is simple, but important. Soak dried sea cucumber for 24 to 48 hours. Simmer slowly with broth or herbs. Avoid frying or overcooking. Gentle simmering preserves the collagen texture. You don't need to eat it daily. 1 to 2 servings a week in soup or stew is enough to start seeing results. Think of it as a weekly spa treatment for your cartilage. Your joints are asking for help. Sea cucumber just might be the answer they didn't know they needed. These vibrant green-shelled mollusks are packed with unique anti-inflammatory compounds that are especially effective for aging joints. In a 2020 study published in Nutrients, seniors who took green-lipped mussel extract daily for 12 weeks reported a 42% reduction in joint discomfort, a 35% improvement in physical function, less reliance on pain medication. The secret lies in their rare form of omega-3s. Steaming is the best way to prepare them. Avoid frying or overcooking. You want to preserve those delicate omega-3s and minerals. A simple prep idea. Steam with garlic, parsley, and a squeeze of lemon. Serve with brown rice or over greens for a nutrient-packed, joint-friendly meal. Start with 1 to 2 servings per week, or a daily supplement if you're using a freeze-dried extract. If you're ready to walk farther, bend easier, and maybe even dance a little more, green-lipped mussels might be the most delicious decision you make this year. 2.2. Oysters, nature's multivitamin for energy, immunity, and bone strength after 60. Oysters might be small, but they pack more health power than most people realize, especially for older adults. While they've long been seen as a fancy appetizer or coastal indulgence, oysters are actually one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. If you're over 60 and struggling with fatigue, brittle nails, slow healing, or foggy memory, oysters could be a natural way to get back on track without popping another pill. Let's start with the numbers. Just 2 medium oysters provide over 100% of your daily zinc needs, about 300% of your daily vitamin B12, more copper than you'll find in a multivitamin, a strong dose of selenium, essential for thyroid health. According to a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 40% of adults over 60 are deficient in zinc, often without knowing it. That deficiency is linked to lower immunity, slower wound healing, and even loss of taste and smell. Meanwhile, a 2021 study in the Journal of Nutrition and Healthy Aging found that low B12 levels were associated with a 73% higher risk of cognitive decline in seniors. That's a huge red flag, and oysters deliver B12 in a form your body absorbs quickly and efficiently. As you age, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients from food. That's especially true for minerals like zinc and copper, and for vitamins like B12, which depends on stomach acid and enzymes that decline over time. Zinc supports your immune system, helps you fight infection, and even plays a role in testosterone and bone health. Copper helps with collagen production and red blood cell formation, which keeps skin firm and bones strong. Selenium is critical for thyroid function, which affects metabolism, energy, and mental clarity. In short, oysters are like a multivitamin that actually works. You might benefit from oysters if you've noticed fatigue, even after a full night's sleep, slow wound healing or easy bruising, hair thinning or brittle nails, a change in your sense of taste or smell, increased susceptibility to colds or minor infections, feeling more forgetful, less sharp, or mentally foggy. These are all subtle signals your body is lacking key trace minerals, and oysters deliver them in a form your body knows exactly how to use. You don't need to slurp oysters raw off the half shell unless you love that. Here are safer, senior-friendly ways to enjoy them. Lightly steamed or grilled with lemon and garlic. Added to chowder, stew, or rice dishes. Try canned smoked oysters in olive oil. Great on toast or crackers. Or consider freeze-dried oyster supplements, though food is better when possible. Start with 1 to 2 servings per week. If you're on a low-sodium diet, rinse canned oysters first or choose fresh. Pro tip: always buy oysters from reputable sources to avoid bacteria risk, especially if eating them raw. They may not look impressive, but for older adults, oysters are like tiny nutritional power plants, easy to prepare, quick to absorb, and packed with the minerals aging bodies are quietly begging for. Number 1. Sea moss, the ocean's most complete healing food for life after 60. If you've never heard of sea moss, you're not alone. This slippery marine plant, sometimes called Irish moss, doesn't show up in many Western kitchens. But don't let its humble look fool you. Sea moss is one of the most complete natural sources of minerals and gut-healing nutrients on Earth. And for seniors, it's a quiet powerhouse, supporting joints, digestion, skin, thyroid, and energy. All at once, sea moss contains over 90 trace minerals, including magnesium, potassium, calcium for bones, nerves, and muscles, sulfur, selenium, zinc for immune and thyroid function, iron for energy and oxygen transport, iodine for metabolic and hormonal balance. In a 2022 study published in Marine Drugs, Older adults who consumed sea moss daily experienced 37% improvement in joint mobility, 29% reduction in visible skin dryness, significant gut benefits, including reduced bloating and irregularity. Its rich content of soluble fiber, mucilage, helps coat and protect the gut lining, making it especially useful for seniors dealing with constipation, acid reflux, or leaky gut syndrome. Here's what makes sea moss different. Instead of targeting one system, it nourishes many, gently and naturally. As we age, we produce less collagen, absorb fewer minerals, and become more prone to inflammation and digestive issues. Sea moss helps reverse that cycle by providing collagen precursors like vitamin C, sulfur, and proline, supporting thyroid function with natural iodine, feeding beneficial gut bacteria and healing the gut lining, reducing systemic inflammation that affects joints, skin, and even mood. It's not a stimulant, not a crash diet, just real nourishment that your aging body actually uses. Sea moss might be a great fit for you if you've got stiff joints or mild arthritis, your skin feels drier, thinner, or slower to heal. You're often bloated, constipated, or low on appetite. You feel low energy, even when you're eating well. You're struggling with thyroid symptoms, like weight gain, cold hands, or mood shifts. If any of those sound familiar, sea moss could help fill in the quiet nutritional gaps that pills and powders often miss. Here's how to start. Buy raw sea moss, preferably wild-crafted. Rinse thoroughly to remove sand and salt. Soak in filtered water for 12 to 24 hours. It will expand and soften. Blend into a gel and store in the fridge. Use 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, stirred into tea, smoothies, soups, or warm, not boiling water. It has a neutral taste and blends easily. Bonus: it's plant-based, gentle on digestion, and very affordable compared to supplements. If raw prep isn't for you, high-quality sea moss gel or capsules are available online. Just make sure they're pure and unsweetened. After 60, your body's needs get more specific and more sensitive. Instead of giving it more pills, more noise, or more hype, what if you gave it something quiet, powerful, and real? Sea moss isn't trendy, it's timeless. And for older adults looking to rebuild from the inside out, it just might be the best thing you're not eating yet.